This module introduces the multi-carrier adaptive bandwidth control feature, also named MCABC. The agenda of this module will cover the following topics. Multi-carrier ABC in general. Multi-carrier ABC traffic flow. Multi-carrier ABC operation. Graceful degradation of service. Configuration of MCABC. MCABC minimum bandwidth override. Let's discuss first about multi-carrier adaptive bandwidth control concept. Multi-carrier creates logical bundles of multiple carriers for traffic distribution for wireless backhaul applications. In multi-carrier mode, traffic is dynamically divided among the carriers, at the layer 1 level, without requiring Ethernet link aggregation. Multi-carrier combines multiple radio carriers into a virtual transport pipe for Ethernet and individual TDM links. For Ethernet, eliminates the need for link aggregation groups. Multi-carrier splits traffic over the available carriers at the radio frame level, irrespectively of the traffic type. Traffic is distributed to all carriers available, in a round-robin fashion, independent of packet sizes and flows, resulting in efficient, high-capacity and high-resiliency link. Multi-carrier traffic flow. For better understanding, see in this simplified diagram the Ethernet traffic flow, running from left to right. In this example, the single traffic flow is divided inside the traffic splitter, which is part of the multi-carrier engine. Then, traffic is sent to both modems, and finally transmitted to the remote end over the two radio carriers. At the remote end, the traffic is combined into a single traffic flow, which will have a higher capacity than the capacity of each individual radio link. Multi-carrier operation, MC-ABC engine divides the data flows into blocks of data. MC-ABC automatically adapts to capacity changes that result from changes in the current ACM profile. When ACM profile changes, MC-ABC responds by changing the data rate for that channel. Same script needs to be configured on both ends of link. On receiving side, all blocks are synchronized, meaning that blocks are delayed based on the last arriving block. The latency of the aggregated data flow is determined by the slowest arriving block. Check in this slide how the traffic distribution between its two carriers is proportional to the available bandwidth in every link. This way, if both links have the same capacity, half the data is sent through each link. If in ACM conditions, links could be in different modulations, thus different capacities. Then, data is distributed proportionally in order to maximize the available bandwidth. Multi-carrier ABC and adaptive coding and modulation. During fading, when ACM switches down modulation profiles, carriers' capacities fluctuates independently and MC-ABC responds by changing the data rate with hitless switchovers. Hybrid MC-ABC with ACM ensures a maximum spectrum utilization, increasing the capacity over a given bandwidth when conditions permit. TDM circuits can be preserved by the prioritizing scheme configured. Let's now look to this slide and understand what will happen if one carrier inside an MCABC group have issues or fails completely. MCABC feature is built with graceful degradation of service in mind. This means that, if one carrier fails, not all data is lost, but bandwidth is simply reduced until the fallen link returns to service. The adaptive bandwidth control is achieved by blocking one of the carriers from multi-carrier ABC data. When a radio link is blocked, an alarm is displayed to users. The following are the criteria for blocking a link inside an MCABC group. Radio loss of frame. Link ID mismatch. Minimum ACM point. Radio excessive bit error rate, and radio signal degrade. Let's see now how to create and set up a multi-carrier ABC group in different scenarios depending of the product and radio unit type. The first configuration setup applies to IP50C, IP20C, IP20CHP, IP20G, IP20GX, IP20F and RFUD or RFUD-HP when internal multi-carrier is configured. This means once both carriers are up and running, we can start the actual creation of the MC, ABC group. Follow these steps to achieve this. 1. Go in main menu under Radio, Groups, Multi-Carrier ABC. 2. Click Create Group. 3. Provide a suggestive name and in case of RFUD or RFUD-HP select Internal Multi-Carrier Group. 4. Select First Member. 5. Select Second Member and hit Finish. 6. Last step is for submitting the parameters we just selected in previous steps. And we are done. As was mentioned in the previous slide, this configuration applies to RFUD or RFUD-HP with IP20N chassis when internal multi-carrier is configured. This means once both carriers are up and running, we can start the actual creation of the MC, ABC group. Follow these steps to achieve this. 1. Go in main menu under Radio, Groups, Multi-Carrier ABC. 2. Click Create Group. 3. Provide a suggestive name and in this case with RFUD or RFUD-HP select the slot in the chassis where the RFU is connected. This will select the internal multi-carrier group. 4. Select First Member. 5. Select Second Member and hit Finish. 6. Last step is for submitting the parameters we just selected in previous steps. And we are done. This configuration applies only for IP20N IDU furnished with any traffic control card with multi-carrier capabilities and is capable to work with RMC or ICD cards. Let's analyze first the configuration utilizing RMC cards that can contain up to 8 members in the same group. Once the IP20N chassis is furnished and configured in the chassis manager and all the carriers configured up and running, we can start the actual creation of the MC, ABC group. Follow these steps to achieve this. 1. Go in main menu under Radio, Groups, Multi-Carrier ABC. 2. Click Create Group. 3. Provide a suggestive name and in case, select the TCC group number. 4. Select First Member. 5. Select Second Member. 6. Select Third Member. 7. In our case select Fourth Member and hit Finish. 6. Last step is for submitting the parameters we just selected in previous steps. And we are done. As was mentioned in previous slide, this configuration applies only for IP20N IDU furnished with any traffic control card with multi-carrier capabilities. In this example with RFUD or RFUD-HP and RIC-D cards, can contain up to 8 radio carriers as members in the same group utilizing both carriers of each RFU. Once the IP20N chassis is furnished and configured in the chassis manager and all the carriers configured up and running, we can start the actual creation of the MC, ABC group. Follow these steps to achieve this. 1. Go in main menu under Radio, Groups, Multi-Carrier ABC. 2. Click Create Group. 3. Provide a suggestive name and in case, select the TCC group number. 4. Select First Member. 5. Select Second Member. 6. Select Third Member and hit Finish. 7. Last step is for submitting the parameters we just selected in previous steps. And we are done. In our case we select 3 members but due that the RFUD and RFUD-HP contains 2 carriers, both carriers become part of the multi-carrier group. So we have 6 radio carriers as part of the group. Inside the IP50 or IP20 network element, an MC-ABC group is seen as a logical interface. Thus, once created, if you go under Ethernet option in the main menu, then Interfaces and then Logical Interfaces, you'll see the multi-carrier ABC group in the Logical Interfaces list. See on the bottom picture what you'll see in case no MC-ABC group was configured on the unit. Let's have a look now to a feature associated to MC-ABC setup, minimum bandwidth override. A multi-carrier ABC group can be configured to be placed in down state if the group's aggregated capacity falls beneath a user-defined threshold. This feature shall be used in conjunction with the lag override option. By default, the multi-carrier ABC minimum bandwidth override option is disabled. Now, check the gray section on the right side of the slide to see the prerequisites of minimum bandwidth override setup. Enable the multi-carrier ABC minimum bandwidth option with a threshold on the IP20 unit. Enable an ASP group with monitored port equals MC, ABC group, and with controlled port equals upstream Ethernet port. And, last prerequisite, enable the lag group shutdown in case of degradation event on the upstream IP20 unit. Check in this slide how the setup itself is done. First go under Radio menu, then Groups and then edit the MC-ABC group. Lastly, inside Configuration Parameters section, do the following. Set the minimum bandwidth field to enable, and select the bandwidth under minimum bandwidth threshold field. Note that the threshold can be between 0 and 20,000 megabits per second, with a resolution of 1 megabit per second. The agenda of this current module has covered the following topics. Multi-carrier ABC in general. Multi-carrier ABC traffic flow. Multi-carrier ABC operation. Graceful degradation of service. Configuration of MC-ABC, and MC-ABC minimum bandwidth override. Thank you for your attention.
Tranquilo eso.